Test. Connect. Hear me? I think I got the audio to work for the actual computer. Don't worry, the music's gonna go away soon. The scene. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing more of the scene one storyboard. I'm gonna really quickly plug my phone in, so I'll be right back. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing more of the scene one storyboard. I'm gonna really quickly plug my phone in, so I'll be right back. Got my phone charger plugged in. Hey, actually, I think today might play a game, maybe like Doors. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. Maybe like Doors. I'm not sure. Okay. I'll have to see. I gotta go now. We'll be right back. Think or starting soon, because I actually haven't really started yet. Look at this magical thing. This is the planet for Sani Saki whatever. Oops. Wait. What's that noise? I have to silence that. I don't want to get rid of it. I might have to get rid of it. Alright. It's okay. I might have to get rid of it. Alright. 2 people are watching. It's okay. It looks like. I don't know. Okay. Oh shoot, I opened up Photoshop. Okay. Okay. Oh shoot, I opened up Photoshop. Okay. It's kinda empty up in there. Maybe I should move this here. It's kinda empty up in there. Maybe I should move this here. It's still empty. You know, I'm just gonna put in a little image. Just to fill the space. It's still empty. You know, I'm just gonna put in a little image. Just to fill the space. What? It's not the actual image I'm using. But look at this kid actually thought, or I actually thought that I was gonna finish Head Empty before 8th grade graduation. This kid actually thought, or I so dumb, like actually. I made a whole model. I still have that model. So dumb, like actually. I made a whole model. I still have that model. Okie dokie. Do I have no pictures of River? River's a new kitty cat. It's very cute. Kitty. I just picked Summer. Do I have no pictures of River? River's a new kitty cat. It's very cute. Kitty. I just picked Summer. Do I have no pictures of River? River's a new kitty cat. I just picked Summer. I made this in class at my school. It's basically a real picture, but it's a low poly. So I guess that's kind of cool. Very cool. It's basically a real picture, but it's a low poly. So I guess that's kind of cool. It is time to start the animation. It is time to start the animation. Why is it so hot in here? Why is it so hot in here? Why is it? It's hot in here. Just doing animation. Just doing animation. Trying to make like a shirt pulling looking thing here. Actually, yesterday I found out that none of the audio went through the computer audio. My mic audio was perfectly fine. None of the audio went through the computer audio. My mic audio was perfectly fine. None of the audio went through the computer audio. My mic audio was perfectly fine. Yes, okay, so I need to do a little test first. Ooh, big gap, it looks like. Yes, okay, so I need to do a little test first. Ooh, big gap, it looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna play this file. And I'm gonna see if it plays additionally through something. And I'm gonna see if it plays additionally through. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Okay.
What? Where am I?
Hello? Hello? Who is this? Um, can you help me out here? I don't know where I am right now. Why is it so hot in here? So hot in here. What? Where am I? Hello? Who is this? Um, can you help me out here? I don't know where I am right now. Why is it so hot in here? What the heck? 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 I don't know why I am being quiet. Hold on. Okay.
And looking like the personification of that weird bit about a guy who slathers themselves in Vaseline and pretends to be a slug. When this image was taken a year ago, it began as a meme back then, as many likened the portrait to the type of politician one might encounter in GTA. After all, the photographer, Bobby Doherty, is known for his ability to play with pop culture and make shitposts via the traditional medium himself, so I have no doubt that the original image of an oily Glen Powell dressed as a politician is meant to be some sort of commentary on the slippery snake oil salesman tactics of public servants and lawmakers. There's a reason Glenn is often named Politician or John Politics, because he could really just be any guy in a suit trying to look professional, but going way too hard on the aesthetics. Fast forward to today, and it's quietly exploded into something more over time, as shitposters are making him oilier and oilier with every single iteration. It's gotten to the point that Glenn is entirely monstrous in appearance, with his skin and face morphing into ridiculous territory. The other thing you might have noticed is the fact that this trend has been co-opted by the Looksmaxi community, and not in as fun a way as you might think. It seems there's certain apps out there that are using the Glen Powell politician meme to advertise their products, and that's kind of annoying to say the least. When there's captions like hair doesn't matter or eyes don't matter, it immediately becomes clear that the edit you're looking at is going to turn into an ad, and that's a little frustrating. Companies strive to find ways to incorporate meme culture into their products, as the idea of organic
Okie dokie, okie dokie. Lemon. Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. Add read a algebraian. Okay, no, I didn't read a algebraian. Drew your A. The A. Oh wait, that's from Mini Head Empty. I kinda don't remember what he looked like. I haven't looked at it in a while. that good? I think that looks good. I'm gonna make that a symbol.
Can't say the name of the celebrity or any part of their name. Got it?
Yeah, we got it.
We got it.
You are still gonna lose.
Babe,
you were going down.
Why don't you start the timer
see.
and be amazed?
And go.
Okay, this guy, E equals MC squared.
Albert Einstein.
Yes, that is correct.
Wait, easy. Hello.
Yeah, we got, remember talk about, are you talking to me?
Oh,
Are you talking to me?
Robert De Niro.
Yeah. All right, this person, pretend to be straight, but he's really gay.
Me.
Deltarune is a wonderful game. It's packed full of great characters, from the creative design to the brilliant writing. Its tone can switch from hilarious to sad to horrifying and back again on a dime. Its story is mysterious and captivating. The passion pouring out from Toby Fox and his team is inspiring, to say the least. It's not a hot take to say it might be considered one of the greatest games of all time once it's fully complete. But, as someone who cares about this game and thinks about it way too much, there are some things, some small things that don't matter at all, that piss me off. Things that normal people wouldn't notice, and if they did, they probably wouldn't care. But me, keeps me awake at night. So let's talk about them. There's too much positivity around these pods. Let's balance that out a bit. It could lead to some fun conversations. Now, it needs to be said again that these are really not that big of a deal. I'm not going to say it every time because I'd turn into a broken record, but every time I'm about to bring up something, imagine the phrase, I don't think this is actually a big deal, I just think it would be fun to talk about and play up my anger a bit for entertainment. Alright? Cool, let's go. We're going to start with something pretty simple. Something I've actually heard from the Deltarune community, and something I honestly don't care too much about, but I think it's important to bring up. And that's this sort of half-committing to ideas presented. Now, we all know Chapter 1 is a bit of an oddball. They were figuring things out. They probably didn't even have the entire story yet, just some fleshed out ideas, let alone the gameplay. So yeah, it's a little frustrating that Chapter 1 doesn't have, S action, R action, the mercy meter, mercy percentages, storage system, stuff like that. Not only is it probably more trouble than it's worth to go back and add all that, especially since some of those had specific moments to introduce them in further chapters, but it also would be a little overwhelming for some players. All the bars for mercy and weird percentages showing up, it's not too hard to understand, but getting a whole chapter to understand the basic mechanics is nice. But you could go back to Chapter 1 and remove features that didn't return, like the targeting system. Basically, whenever an enemy is about to attack you in Chapter 1, there's a little indicator telling you who's going to take damage. I understand why this was removed, it's not super necessary, but why not go back and, remove it? It's still in Chapter 1, and then it's gone by Chapter 2. Just get rid of it. You've changed things from previous chapters before, so why not? I don't know if that fits half-committal ideas. It just fits into the category of things being introduced in one chapter and then not followed up on in a later one. This goes for a lot of things in Castletown. Chapter 2 did a great job fleshing out our home base. We got a shop that doesn't update, but that's okay, we got cooler items in the new Dark Worlds anyways. We got a dojo allowing us to rematch some old opponents with some new tricks, except there was only one more fight added in Chapter 3 and 4, and technically only one after 5, so not really. And we even got item merging. Hell yeah. We could take 2 items, hand them over to this guy, and he'll make a brand new, powerful item for us to use. Chapter 2 introduced 3 whole pages with potential merges, some with items we don't even have yet. Chapter 3 and 4 introduced none? Not even one? Sure, we got some more items letting us use stuff we couldn't before, but come on. And then Chapter 5 adds 6 pages. Is it because we couldn't return to Castletown after Chapter 4, so it wasn't worth adding new fuses just for Chapter 3's items? I guess? I don't know, it's just weird. The dojo isn't even really a dojo anymore. Top Chef took over the sound studio, we fight the Trashy Trio in the bakery, Mally's is just out in the open. Toby likes moving stuff around because these darkness are wacky. They keep taking over shops, they can't stay in one place. It's just a bit weird is all. Also, the dojo could have been cool to let us refight bosses. Maybe that'll be a later thing. He seems to like each chapter to have its own thing, and now that he's acknowledged you can just go to an older chapter to play older games like the Mike stuff, maybe he's waiting for as late as possible to let us refight some guys. Now that we got some shapeshifters, maybe that'll be the reasoning. I don't know, it's just a weird pattern I noticed. I briefly mentioned Sham's shop earlier, which reminds me of how much I love shops in Toby's games. Taking a break from overworld exploration, shops give you some time to get to know not only whoever runs the shop, but the area they live in as well. Even in Undertale, we learn so much from each shopkeeper. The lives of Snowdin citizens, how they feel about Sands of Papyrus, the constant distractions they give themselves to not think about how they're all trapped underground. On top of giving us a detailed look at who we're talking to with expressions and animations. Deltarune continued the streak of excellent shops. Chapter 1 had 2 shops, Shaman Rules, who both did such a great job not only showing off their personalities, but making this world feel lived in and real. They talk about history and how they got the positions they have. Chapter 2 kicked it up a notch with 3 shops.
So I'm watching a video right now.
Visually. There are big reasons Cyber City is still one of my favorite areas in the game. It feels real. All these citizens, despite being computer programs brought to life like 3 hours ago, feel like they've lived lives here, had relationships, conflicts, stories that tie into each other constantly. And again, visually, they look so cool. Always matching the characters, selling whatever character they have. Shops are great. I love shops. Why'd we stop using them? In chapters 1 and 2 combined, there were 5 shops. Sham, Rolls, Sweet Kappa Cakes, Spamton, and Swatch. In chapter 5, there is 1 official shop. There's stuff like grains at the end, but you know what I mean. In chapters 3 and 4 combined, there are 0 shops. Not even 1. Now, there could be a reason for this. In Chapter 3, not only is the gameplay wildly different from most of it, the only town being the Green Room, which the majority of the chapter takes place in, possibly removing the need for a shop. But the only real candidate to receive a shop is Ram, and Ram has a reason for not being a shop owner. They say when Ram showed up one day, nobody really liked him, but Chris did, so he was a mainstay. So they just plopped him down behind a counter, making drinks for himself, while all the items can only be bought in vending machines around the area. Cammy has a great video on this, going further into the Ram is intentionally being neglected by the game theory, even to the point where Ram is not on a single piece of merch. None. Despite Chapter 3 having like 4 characters, 2 of them being La Nino and El Nina, rules doesn't count, shut up. Despite the hidden E-Ram Shadow Metal boss guy appearing on merch, Ram gets nothing, pushing a theory that this was some intentional meta decision. So it's disappointing we don't get a Ram shop allowing us to learn more about him, and the vending machines could also take up like 5 minutes in this video alone. It makes sense, I guess. But then there's Chapter 4. Why the f does Gerson not have a shop? I feel insane. We enter a study and are faced with 2 separate tables. One with Gerson, where he lets you talk to him. More specifically, pick 1 out of 4 conversation topics, one of which leading you down the path of a secret boss. Kind of like a shop. The other table down below has 4 items for you to buy. Kind of like a shop. Why isn't this a shop? Gerson was literally a shopkeeper in Undertale. That was his thing. You wouldn't even have to make a new sprite, just edit the one you got. Is it the room he's in? He's not in his own separate room, so you couldn't transition to a shop scene? Like you couldn't just fade to black when talking to him? Really? I'm sure there's some lore reason or whatever, like, oh, he's a dustner and a shop can only be run by a full darkner, but I do not care. It would continue the trend of the shopkeeper being relevant to the secret boss, but these 2 just decided, nah. I don't know. It frustrates me though. At least they're back now. Maybe. It scares me that Toby said Shop 3 will be the last shop theme for the rest of the game, potentially implying that Pink will be the last one. We'll see, I guess. Hey guys, it's me, Flowery. It's like 7 a.m. I'm about to upload the video and I realized I forgot to mention something. This stupid ass path pisses me off. It does not make any sense. It like looks like it starts like dirt and it transitions into like concrete or something. There's a shadow right there, but it's like way too dark a color to be that. It's bullshit. I know that's not the same texture. But it is when you go into the cemetery, I'm pretty sure. It's so stupid. There's no way. Yeah, I wanted to mention that. Okay, bye. And now I'd like to step back from the game a bit and have a more meta discussion. There's a lot of little things I could bring up about the game's fan base and its discussion online, but this one is more related to the game, I promise. I know a lot of people...
Okay, come on, sorry.
I know a lot of people started playing Delta...
I'm gonna save this video later. Time to start.
What the heck? What the heck?
Are you into this? Cacti, how the heck? Cacti, how the heck are you able to do this in this?
Wait, what? Wait, what? It's
Cacti, how the heck are you able to do? Do this in this heat?
wait, what? Wait, what? It's just a little warm.
What the heck? Cacti, how the heck are you able to do this?
Wait, what? It's just a little warm. I think I'll
3 and 4 came out. I'm sure 5 as well. And that's great. Love having new people find this amazing game. Not only to introduce new
I think I'll
ideas,
drag you
perspectives
downstairs.
we didn't consider being in the fandom for years, but also for your sake. You didn't have to wait 3 years for the new chapter. The wait between chapters 2 and 3 was long and grueling. We'd go months, half years with nothing. No news. There were times of doubt. It was made easier by Toby being the GOAT, constantly updating people through newsletters, but it was hard. However, you have my jealousy for skipping the long wait, but not my sympathy. While it was painful, the time between chapters 2 and 3 was the most fun time to be a Deltarune fan. It was truly the Wild West. It was early enough in the story that anything could happen. Any idea was possible. Aside from the Dreamer House, no other Dark World location had been heavily hinted at yet, so it was anyone's guess. Our assumptions ended up pretty accurate. A lot of people said the church for 4 and Asgore shop for 5, but anything went. Why am I talking about this? Well, there was a lot of freedom for interpretations and theories, but there were some universally agreed aspects of the upcoming chapters that, while not guaranteed, we knew were pretty likely. And that was the format, the formula. We'd have a Light World segment, enter a new Dark World location, be introduced to a new antagonist, explore 3 areas, the last one being the antagonist lair, be joined by some Lightner characters, you go through some character development, fight some freedom-obsessed secret boss based on a discarded object, seal the fountain, and have some crazy cliffhanger at the end. We were pretty sure of this. Yet, when chapters 3 and 4 came out, it was nothing like we expected at all. We knew chapter 3 was going to be a bit wacky, but no secret boss in chapter 3, no main boss in chapter 4. You could count the knight, but, I mean, you know, there was no bishop. It was totally different to our expectations, and let me be clear, this was for the best. I am so happy Deltarune didn't turn into that. I don't think it would have been bad, but I like that it's unpredictable. It's funny that chapter 5 kind of became that, almost to a T, yet people didn't like it as much. We thought we moved on from that formula. So me and everyone else was ready to accept that we were wrong and enter this new world of Deltarune unpredictability. But there was a not insignificant amount of people that I saw saying, wow, those guys were stupid. How could they possibly think Deltarune would be so boring to just do the same thing over and over again? Seeing patterns where there are none, not knowing basic storytelling, how dumb can they be?
Okay.
Obviously, but I saw this sentiment a decent amount. And like, I understand it. We were wrong. But like, I feel like we gotta give the chapter 2 people some slack, okay? I briefly went over the formula for the first 2 chapters, but let's find some more similarities. Chris enters a new dark world themed around entertainment, either playing
Sorry.
cards or the internet. You can
It's
argue
kind
the
of
theme of
boring.
escapism
I'm
as
just
well.
watching this right
You find
now.
a Lightner new to the dark world, and not long after encounter a wacky Darkner who will serve as the primary antagonist. The first area has very little story or character development, more so just developing the world through the characters you meet. There's a boss fight at the end of the first area, which reveals one Lightner is now working for the enemy team. You explore the second area with just one partner and reunite with everyone at the end. Then right before entering the antagonist's home, you get captured and put in prison. During the escape, the previous betraying Lightner changes their mind and agrees to work with you instead. Quickly into the antagonist lair, you find a basement. Speaking with a shopkeeper, you collect an item that will allow you to fight a secret boss. You will also have to do something with this item first. Then in the basement of the antagonist's home, you fight the freedom-obsessed secret boss who is based on a discarded item. Shovel the Joker card, spam tons of spam email. With a similar motif and even a background themed around theme park rides, either carousels or roller coasters. After you get to the top of the layer, you encounter the main boss. They do something more evil than ever before that triggers the song gallery to play. You fight. Things become dire. You were either saved by the recruits you collected or win the day through some other way, and a Lightner character stands up to the boss, saving the day. You seal the fountain, get a chance to explore hometown and talk to everybody, head home to Toriel, go to sleep, and then Chris does some sort of cliffhangery activity. Now you could say I was reaching for some of these, and I'll admit a little reaching was done, and nobody expected all these similarities to happen every time. But like, I mean, come on. Overall, chapter 1 and 2 structure are not similar. They are almost identical. There's some differences, sure. But, like, the secret bosses especially. Like, both in the basement, both an item from a shopkeeper, both have theme park ride elements in the background. Deltarune fans seeing patterns where there aren't any? What are you talking about? Chapter 2 even set up some new Lightners to appear, filling the role of Noelle and Birdley with Toriel and Undyne. How about we know that Toriel would sleep through the whole thing? Again, it's really not that big of a deal, and there were a ton of things that we assumed were going to be the next chapter that
Kevin.
obviously weren't going to happen in hindsight.
Hi, Kevin.
All I'm asking for is a little slack on the Chapter 2 era, okay? That's all. And that's also going to apply to this next point. If you're a Deltarune fan even a little beyond just playing the game, you've probably had videos like this one explain to you what a leitmotif is. It's in the Deltarune video bingo card. And for the people left out, it's basically a recurring musical theme that ties into some meaning in a story, like a character, a location, or the other definition of theme. For example, Queen's theme appears here because Queen is here, but it also appears in Birdley's theme because he's working for her. Stuff like that. Motifs are important in Deltarune because Toby has made it clear that he likes using them. He is the guy people think of when people think of leitmotifs. So much so that some have even become memes, like the freedom motif, the motif that plays when you fight a secret boss.
this heat?
Wait, what? It's just a little warm. I think I'll drag you downstairs. Downstairs. I go downstairs.
Yes, it's very cool, Evan. Okie dokie. How much time have we been live? 1 minute, 9 sec. 1 hour, 9 seconds. 9 minutes. God dang it! Yo, Evan, can you still hear me? Do you want to play something later? Okay. Let's be. Okay. Yippee. Alright, we'll play something later. Like Doors or something. Minecraft. I'm gonna keep working on this. Oh. Okay, hold on. Like this. Table. There's some people sitting there. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye, Kevin. Thank you. Thank you so much. There's stairs. Very weird stairs. Then we do this thing. It's like an upper floor. And this is a kitchen room. Question marks in. I'm like actually making up this stuff on the spot. You are actively seeing me make the layout of the entire inside. Then a table and I make all the little characters super tiny so that they can fit it. So like now we do grayscale. Scooch it up. Okie dokie. Now we do the grayscale stuff. Darker stuff. Top layer. Neutral. This land. Nice guy. Already almost 30 minutes. Zoom this in. Stay a place here. This part's so stupid. By the way, this is not the actual background I'm doing. I was just making like a quick mock-up of it cause actually I'm doing things differently for episode 2. What I'm doing is, okay, it's kind of the same, but I don't do the backgrounds when I'm doing the animation. I do it after. And additionally, with the sound part, I'm doing the background music after this time, so that it isn't all janky like the first episode sound effects. Though I already put some sound effects in here. So yeah, well, we have 5 minutes left on stream because I only do 1 hour 30 minutes. So let's get to this quickly. You know, Nat, the person who voice acts Cacti, she really put in the effort in doing the lines. Like, she actually screamed when There's the screaming parts. Some dedication there. Makes things a little bit more better. Instead of stock screams. And actually, I have already told her, but to be honest, I think she could most likely voice more than just her 3 characters. She probably can. I think she can. Cause I've tried like pitching down the voice of her, and like it can fit a lot of things. It's kind of why I gave her the voice roles of Ken and Froge. Yes, that's how you pronounce it. Let me show you the Froge guy. He doesn't actually speak in episode 2. I noticed that a little bit after making the script, finalizing it. It's a little frog character. Oopsie. Come on. This one. This is Froge. 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 Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing with the pronunciations, bro. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna end stream a little bit early. It was very nice doing this with y'all. Or the barely anyone that was even here. Most we had 2 today. But, I will see you all tomorrow. I don't know why I'm talking like there's an audience. No, but seriously though, I'm gonna stream again tomorrow, so goodbye everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh my gosh. Bye bye.